You cannot manage time. You can only manage yourself to fit into time. Okay, time is something that you do not have influence. So, as an entrepreneur, with hunger for success, it will be an illusion for you to go by the literal meaning of time management, right? Being that you cannot influence time. Okay, you can't influence time. You can't add to time. Is something that is self-sufficient. He already mastered his routine, and is very consistent at that. So there is nothing you can do, to influence time is already established. All right, it's 24 hours in a day. You can't make it 25 hours. You can't pause it or add to it or to even reduce it. So it is constant and it's always right. Time is always right to do good. Okay, whether you are sleeping, time is ticking. Whether you are active or inactive, time is just there. It's consistent. It's moving. It's ticking. So there's nothing you can do. If time is something that you can manage, I would have said maybe you can pause time, or maybe you can add from 24 hours, you increase it to 25 hours and make it 25 hours will make a day, or you can shorten it to 12 hours to make a day. So going by that literal logic of time management is an illusionment. All right. So the only thing that you need to do is to moderate your excesses, moderate your behavior. Okay, your behavioral pattern is something that you should put in check if you want to optimize your productivity. Okay, so you have to look into your operational efficiency in order to be able to drive growth. So you can do that by perhaps by being by prioritizing those things that matters. Okay, it's not every task that is urgent, and it's not every urgent task is important. Okay, so you have to pay attention to those things that matters. Even among the important tasks, they have levels of importance in the important task. You have to arrange your important tasks according to their levels of importance. Understand levels of importance and their levels of urgency. All right. So that is what you need to do. You don't have to have any space at all for unimportant task. All right. So the next thing in line is distractions. Okay, you have to be so disciplined to distraction. If you actually want to, you don't even need to go and be looking for distraction to avoid. Distractions are everywhere. In fact, they are the ones looking for you. So you don't need to look for distraction. The only thing you need to do is to actually fight to distraction. Whom are you fighting? You are fighting yourself. Put yourself on check. Be disciplined. All right. So many areas that you can even access distraction, maybe social media. All right. If you want things that can even keep you idle, if you want a place to waste your resourcefulness, social media is there to help you. Even if you want some activity that can keep you busy doing nothing, social media would give, they already have a content that can last you for a lifetime. All right. Unnecessary meeting. Entrepreneurs are not given to gallivanting like a drifter aimlessly. They are not given to such life. They are value driven. So anything that won't add to you, anything that will not bring value, anything that is not value spring, entrepreneur don't give in to them. So limit your movement. All right. Unnecessary meeting, you shouldn't be entertaining it. So you have to be self discipline. Another one is delegating and outsourcing. All right. You cannot be jack of all trades. You can't be doing everything. Even the ones maybe you have competence over, maybe workload, you have excess workload, you can outsource some of them. You cannot be jack of all trades. You wouldn't want to do everything. If it's something maybe you are to make, let's say, $100 out of maybe the service delivery, and you end up making $90, 90 plus your health, okay, it's still a good landing. All right. So entrepreneurs, these are also the areas that if you want to be at your best with time, these are the areas. Last but not the least is knowing when to take a break. Okay, you can put some pause on yourself. Take a break when necessary. Taking of a break is not abandoning a project. Like I can't kill myself. That kind of maybe abandoning a project is just to take your break on yourself, to rejuvenate, and to rejig and to relaunch yourself better. If you come back after break, you have a refreshed mind. You have more active senses, to engage on your project. Okay, these are the ways you can use to manage your time for more optimal productivity. All right, so you cannot manage time on the literal meaning of managing time. You can only manage yourself to be at best with your time. You cannot manage time. You can only manage yourself to fit into time. Okay. As an entrepreneur with hunger for success, it will be an illusion if you go by the literal logic of time management. Time as an intangible asset is self-sufficient. Okay, time doesn't need your help. Time already masters its own route and its own routine. Okay, time does not exceed its time, like 24 hours cannot go to 25 hours. So what are you really managing time? What time are you managing something that is self-sufficient? So you see that logic, it does not apply. Literally, it doesn't apply. You can only manage yourself, manage your excesses, put yourself on moderation if you want to optimize, your productivity. If you want to drive growth, you look inward, not focusing on time. You can add to time, you can reduce time. Okay, you can't even pause time. So you have no influence whatsoever over time. So you see that time management is an illusionment. All right. So ways that you can be abreast with time is by prioritizing those things that matters the most. Okay, not all the tasks are urgent and not all the tasks are important. Not all the urgent tasks are important. So even among the important tasks, some of the tasks are more important than the other, and some of the important tasks are not even urgent. So you should know how to draft your scale of preferences. Okay, to select those things that matters, that is pressing, that is important. Okay, so don't even have any room at all. You see, we mentioned urgency here, and we also talk about important. Okay, not all tasks that are urgent are important. Okay, so your focus should be on the important task. Don't even have any allowance for unimportant task. All right, so that is actually the way to be at your best all the time in order to be more productive on time. All right, the next thing is shielding yourself away from distractions. All right, if distraction are something that you don't even need to look for them because they are looking for you. There are distractions everywhere, inside your bedroom, inside your anywhere, inside your sitting room, with your phone, everything you do, there are a lot of distraction looking for you. So it's not something that you'll be asking yourself, yeah, where is distraction? If you open your eyes, you see distractions. So you know how to tell yourself. You should develop a self-drive, to be able to moderate your lifestyle, to be able to tell yourself no, when your impulses rises, want to take some certain action on distractions. You can tell yourself no. Okay, so learn how to tell yourself no. Learn how to be self-disciplined. Okay, so that you can be able to moderate your emotions. Don't give in to distraction. The next thing is delegation and outsourcing. All right, delegation and outsourcing. You cannot be jack of all trades. If you know that, in fact, even some of the tasks that you know that you have capacity to handle, or you have jurisdiction within your learning, okay, to carry out such functions or tasks, okay, you can still outsource them when the workload is already much on you. Okay, to be able not to be burn out, to be able to retain your energy so that you won't be burn out. Okay, so this is very important to make you stay, very active on time. It will make you to be very active on time. Your potentialities, will be very solidified if you learn how to outsource some of the things that can actually budge your body or budge your system. Okay, so the last but not the least is knowing when to take a break on yourself. You can't kill yourself. Is a normal slang. You can't kill yourself. But not killing yourself doesn't mean that you are to abandon your project. It's just for you to take a break, just to return back better. These are the few ways that you can be able to manage your time and stay very effective and more productive on the time. Okay, instead of pursuing time to manage time, focus on yourself, focus on moderating what you do, focus on moderating your emotions and your impulses. Okay, this is actually how to give in your best to time.